Warning! The following podcast contains strong language which some listeners may find offensive. If you do,
Up yours! That's only if you don't listen to the podcast. Otherwise, not up yours.
did you know the Untitled Wrestling Podcast is on all of the social media outlets? Give us a like, follow, share, subscribe, or even a review if you're feeling generous. Facebook and YouTube at Untitled Wrestling Podcast, Twitter, Twitch and Discord at Untitled Rest Pod.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of the Untitled Wrestling Podcast. It is Tuesday, you know what that means. It is me, your boy Big Tasty, joined, well, not as always. Before we get into this, quick apology about last week. We did record an episode. I was having some hard drive issues with my computer and the entire recording got corrupted to the point where I couldn't do anything with it. So, basically just imagine us having like a 90-minute sort of exasperated argument about CM Punk, and that's kind of the whole episode. So you didn't really miss anything.
Yeah.
Big Tasty, more like Big Amateur.
So yeah, I am joined once again by Faye and Jay. Jay, how's it going?
I am okay. As we've just been talking about, I am very wrestling out.
There's been so much wrestling.
There has been wrestling.
How are you, Faye?
I am good. It's very hot.
It is warm, isn't it?
I spent a lot of my weekend watching actual TV shows, which is a nice change.
What, like wrestling shows? You mean like the wrestling?
No, like non-wrestling shows.
Shows where nobody wrestles, or maybe one person wrestles. We don't know.
I watched Yellow Jackets. Nice. It was a lot of fun.
Sarah watched like the entire series of Wolf over the weekend, which she seemed to really enjoy.
My mum adores that. Is it good?
I have no idea what Wolf is.
Sarah watched it all in one night, all 6 episodes. So basically, it's one of these. It's like a weird thriller thing. Basically,
BBC drama.
Yeah, Ramsay Bolton and someone else break into this house and like start like beating up his family for no reason, and then you find out like all this shit happened like, years ago.
Fair enough.
And the guy who played the guy who called Jon Snow a bastard loads in Game of Thrones is the dad of the family.
Okay.
The Welsh guy.
Yeah.
I saw him once in Liverpool as one of the narrators in a play of Under Milk Wood, which was fucking excellent.
Oh, nice.
I saw Alfie Allen from Game of Thrones. Theon. I was trying to say Theon and Alfie Allen at the same time there. In Fredericks in Liverpool.
Did he get his dick cut off, or was he doing alright?
No, he didn't that time. He was having pizza. He looked like he was having an alright time.
Just like
he avoided concert squares, so that's fine.
I went in to get a beer after work, and he was in there eating pizza. Hadn't yet been gelded, so he was alright. Yeah.
So this episode was this pre-Game of Thrones?
No, it was during. It was like
early on.
I reckon it was after season 2 or 3.
All right, so it was after the start of the season, but like before like the de-dickening.
Yeah, I'd say so.
That's the weirdest sentence I've ever heard.
That's a collection of words I never thought I'd say. I'm going to be totally honest with you. Right, should we get into some wrestling? Because as you just said, Jay, there's been a lot of it this week.
Fucking much.
Yeah, should we talk a bit about? Did we all see any of GCW? Did we all see a little bit of it?
I saw night 1. I watched that with Aaron, Ryan, and Joe, and I'd seen the first 2 matches of night 2.
No, it just mean night 2 is all on me. I mean, I wasn't paying that much attention to it, but I can vaguely walk you through it. So should we talk about night 1 first?
Yeah, let's. Weirdly, the opening match was Mackie Death Kill versus Deathmatch Royalty.
The Deathmatch Busters, I believe.
Well, they still said Deathmatch Royalty on the gear.
They came out in like the fucking Ecto 1. Like
they missed a trick. Yeah, they put the Ghostbusters logo had Nick Gage's head and a pizza cutter.
Yeah.
And they missed a trick, not just having it saying Gage Busters.
Yeah.
Also, Matt Cardona's elbow pads looked like they were made out of gaffer tape to like give it the Ghostbusters feel. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
him and Steph Delander bled buckets though. So did Nick Gage. Mackie was fine.
I love that
Mackie's always
mostly
fine.
all right. Yeah.
She just smiled and like hit people with light tubes with like some like horrific joy on her face.
She learned a new swear word this week as well.
She did.
And
And
twat bag.
Yes.
bet you she learned that off Leon Slater.
It was on a stream and someone gave it to her and she started breaking
really?
it down. It was great.
I thought because she was on the same show as Leon Slater, and that feels like a very Yorkshire insult.
It does. It
that
really
you might
does.
have called someone a twat bag.
She was like, "What's twat bag?" And then pulled out a pen and paper and wrote it down. It was brilliant.
Yeah. Also, Nick Gage did the I can't remember the name of it. You know, the fallen headbutt.
Oh yeah.
They won with stereo fallen headbutts basically, and Nick Gage did the whole Makito pose and everything as he went down. It was fantastic.
Gang affiliated Mojito is the best Mojito.
Yeah, gang affiliated Mojito. That old guy as well. You know, the one who sits like at the corner on the wheelchair. He tried to fight Matt Cardona. on night one, he tried to fight Matt Cardona, and on night two, he did legit fight Tony Deppen.
Nice.
Because Tony Deppen tried to steal his hat. Yeah. Next we had Leon Slater versus Alec Price. This was really fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Leon picked up a win, which makes me think we're going to lose Leon soon. I feel like he's destined for bigger things in America.
He's getting a worrying amount of, and he's over as well, man. He's like, the crowd really popped when he came out.
Everyone fucking loves Leon, as they should, because he's like, he's like fucking 18 and legit like one of the most exciting wrestlers in the world.
I love Nick Wayne, right? But if AEW can sign Nick Wayne, then they can sign Leon Slater.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think this run that he's having in GCW at the moment, I'd be absolutely shocked if he didn't at least get noticed somewhere. I mean, he's look at it this way: he's gonna be on AEW's radar this week because he's on the Rev Pro show and he's also on that Progress show wrestling Nick Wayne.
Yeah, if he gets on Dynamite one time,
Tony Khan's going to be at that Progress show, isn't he?
If he gets on one Dynamite show and he does the jump over the turnbuckle, then that's it. He's gone.
Yeah,
just the 450 swanton.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like in the building though, when he does the over the turnbuckle like vault and like the corkscrew landing as well, that's like people lose their fucking minds when he does that.
Yeah, but every time he does that 450, like it goes viral on Twitter.
Yeah.
So
he is just imagine like, I mean, I'm not dissing anyone here, but imagine like having a chance to put your belt in him and just not doing it properly.
I know.
I feel like they were going to come back to that, but I also feel like they've kind of not anticipated.
Missed the gun.
No, I feel like they've not anticipated that Leon's like exploded in popularity.
Yeah, but imagine if he had that belt on a GCW show, like in America, how good would that be?
And weirdly, he didn't bring out the North title though, and he's the North champion at the moment.
It's not like it's getting defended every week over here, so as it is anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it's not the first time they've had a belt from another promotion like on there as well, is it? Like so.
No, where are the where are the tag belts nowadays?
Don't worry about it.
Billy Corgan's gonna strap them both together so they get around Tyrus's fat ass.
Billy Corgan's gonna like fusion dance those fucking belts together with the NWA tag titles.
No, I'm not one to mock people for being overweight, but fucking I hate Tyrus that much. I'm gonna make an exception.
Wow.
Fuck Tyrus. Anyway, next up, Leon Slater beat Alec Price, two of the most exciting young wrestlers in the world right now, both very good. Thrusy defeated Crazy King and Los Maquisos in a very, very odd match.
That was insanity. I got the fear when they did the top rope kiss spot, and then like some ass stuff got involved. I was like, oh no, not again.
I thought there was pheromones coming.
Like I've already seen enough ass eating this year. I don't need any more.
Yeah, it was fun. It was just manic at the same time. Like I was literally sat there talking to Aaron, Joe, and Ryan, watching it. Like, I have no idea what's happening right now. I am definitely not that drunk. So something's fucking going on here. But yeah, it was fun. Thrusty won, which I thought was quite surprising that Los Macisos didn't win there. But yeah, sure. Next we had the return of Tony Deppen, who defeated Alex Zane by cheating.
Love this. This was great.
This was a fantastic. I love as well.
It's great to see Tony Deppen back as well, because he did. He came out, didn't he? And he did it like his big, like, sort of dickhead entrance, and then he cut like a really like emotional promo about how like he's so glad that everyone supported him while he was injured, and then he just went back to being an absolute dick again, which was great.
He did the same on the second night as well.
The duality of man.
The best part was like everyone was cheering him his name and everything, like Deppen, and like he's like, shut the fuck up! I don't want a pity party. He also, after he won by rolling up Alex Zane and grabbing his tights. After a while, Alex Zane was getting help to the back. Tony Deppen had his child. I assume it was his own child, because he kissed it. He kissed the baby on the head, like on his entrance, and then he had hold of it after and was screaming at Alex Zane, "Wave at my child!"
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I really hope Tony Deppen gets announced for GCW weekend, because he hasn't been yet.
I'd love to see him again.
He's one of my faves.
And he's such a lovely fella to just chat to as well. He was so polite, and he was so generous with his time, wasn't he, before the show and stuff like that?
Yeah, he's dead quiet and laid back. But then obviously,
well, we were chatting.
Got on the ring. It was an angry moment.
We were chatting to Effie, weren't we, about this when we interviewed Effie, and we were like, I couldn't believe how different Tony Deppen is from like when you talk to him before the show, and then when he's on stage. And he's like, oh yeah, he's like this like repressed dad, and like when he gets out through the curtain, it just all comes out.
all the anger and like irritableness comes out, and he just hates everything. Love Tony Deppen. I tell you what, I'd love to see actually Tony Deppen versus Eddie Kingston. That would be so much fun.
Yeah,
because Eddie would just murder him for like snot rocketing him or something. Next, we got a double dog collar match. Joey Janela and Sawyer
was exceptional.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Defeating Charles Mason and Paro.
I like this at the start as well. Charles Mason switched sides so that he was.
Yeah.
Because he was squared up against Janela, and then as we put the dog collars on, he moved so that he was going to be up against Sawyer instead.
Yeah, and it was Janela and Paro. And,
which meant Janela just got fucking murdered for like most of the match.
Everybody was bleeding in this match, except Mason wasn't that bad, but he was near the end.
At one point, Paro threw Janela into a wall, and he literally just like slid down it like a blood stain.
That pillar?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like...
he slid down and just left like a stain of blood where his face had been. Like as he slid down, it was fucking horrible.
Yeah, it was insane.
Like a cartoon.
Yeah.
Joey like legit looked like he'd been in a car accident by the end of this match. They won by basically getting on a scissor lift and raising it up and hanging Charles Mason and Paro to the point where they both like passed out.
Well, you say that Paro looked fine and Charles Mason looked legitimately dead.
Paro looked fine, and then he realized, oh shit, Mason's like dead and just dead sold.
Mason's like legitimately hanging by his neck, like because Paro's taller, so he was like kind of okay, but Mason was like legitimately off his feet, and it was like, oh Jesus fucking Christ!
But the way Mason was as well, he was like lying like with his back pointing up, like with his head pointing up, so it was like. His neck was like sort of like contorting. It was like, oh fuck, that's dangerous.
Yeah, it looked fucking horrible, but it was such a cool finish.
Yeah, this is a great match though.
If you're only going to watch one match from this show, I'd say check that one out.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that like sober, because I was a little bit worse for wear at this point.
It could be a match of the year. It could be on the list towards the end of the year.
It was very good. Joey's had a lot of good matches in that building this year. Also, he wrestled Desperado, which was insane.
Which building is it?
It's like a warehouse next to the Rainbow Room. Is the Rainbow Room not the Rainbow Room? The hotel room, because the carousel room shut down.
It was a legit warehouse though. Like you could see the fucking corrugated iron on the walls and the ceiling. Yeah.
Yeah, it's where they did Tournament of Survival as well. But it's a cool venue, to be fair. It's massive. And the way they decorate it with like the kind of like banners of all the different wrestlers looks fantastic. To be fair. Next up we had a scramble match, a good old fashioned scramble match. Jimmy Lloyd, Shane Mercer, Ninja Mac, Raddy Daddy, Dante Leone, Gringo Loco, Ares, and Commander. Most of which are going to be at GCW Weekend, which I'm excited about.
Yeah, so I got to show Sarah who Ares was, which made her like, yeah.
I love Ares.
He's
Aaron
so
said,
good.
Aaron was like, yeah, he's all right. I was like, you fucking messing. Are you watching the same man?
Was it Ares and Ninja Mac who both got on the ropes at the same time?
Yeah.
And they both got on the top rope and ran to the middle and had a fight, like stood on the top rope, which was just
while they had someone like to do the old school, essentially they were just chopping each other.
I think I'm more excited to see Gringo Loco live than nearly anybody else, you know.
I am definitely more excited to see Gringo Loco than anyone else, especially seeing as he's wrestling Thriller, which is like a match I never knew I needed, but it's going to be all of the murder. Yes, please. Commander hit maybe the best Canadian Destroyer I've ever seen in this match, where like he jumped on the top rope, then jumped from the top rope onto Gringo Loco's shoulders, and then jumped from Gringo Loco's shoulders to Destroyer Shane Mercer. But in like literally
That's
like
insane.
But like in 3 steps. Like it took me longer to describe it than how long it took him to do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like it literally did it in like about.
I'm just gonna have to watch this show this week, aren't I?
Yeah, it was a very good show.
Instead of watching like stupid normal TV.
Yeah, I know that's my fault, really, isn't it?
It's on you. Towards the end as well, Shane Mercer hit Moonsault and Battery, which was
Shane Mercer hit. I can't remember what it was exactly, but basically in the very start of the match, he just like murdered Cole Radrick.
Yeah, Cole Radrick didn't have a great time this match. He didn't have the most fun.
Cole got murdered by Shane Mercer and Gringo Loco at different parts of this match. But yeah, Jimmy Lloyd won that as well, which was really.
Yeah, he just kind of stole it, didn't he? He just kind of snuck in and like nicked it.
That's what he does.
I love Shane Mercer.
So do I. Dante Leone and Ninja Mac look great in this as well, as they always do. Everyone in this match is good, though. That's the thing. Like everyone in this match is good, and it was like it was meant to be. Here's the thing as well. It was meant to have Vikingo in this match, and everyone was like, "Oh, there's no Vikingo." So they just went, "Yeah, but we're going to put Shane Mercer and Jimmy Lloyd in instead now, and Cole Radrick," and it was just as mental as it would have been with Vikingo in.
Which is great because you've still got your flippy boys, but then Shane Mercer and Jimmy Lloyd can just throw them fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
And Gringo Loco.
And Gringo Loco can do literally everything.
Yeah. Great. Before GCW Weekend Tasty, you need to go and watch Gringo Loco versus Jack Cartwheel from earlier in the year, where it was just like I thought I was watching like an actual GBH. Some of the shit he was doing to Jack Cartwheel, me and Ryan were just like sat there like.
I really liked Gringo Loco's had a few really good matches in Ring of Honor this year as well. I really enjoyed them.
Yeah.
He had a banger with Commander, and he had a really good match with Vikingo as well.
Yeah, the Vikingo one was super good.
Has Mox and Gringo Loco happened yet?
No, October.
Okay.
You were the person who said this last week, Faye. You told us. Don't worry about it. The podcast didn't happen. It doesn't exist.
No one heard it. It's fine. That's why I deleted the file. I didn't put the podcast on last week. That's the real reason. Then we had like a load of after that was it Nate Webb.
It was Rena. No, Nate Webb and Masha was like the filler between like the death matches.
There was a lot of death matches all of a sudden after that. I think was it 3 death matches to the finish then?
There was 3, yeah. So there was for the GCW Ultraviolent Championship, Rina Yamashita defeated Takashi Sasaki, which was fucking bonkers.
I can't believe we get to see Rina. It's going to be so much
fun.
I'm
going to freak out.
I am so excited to see Rina. Like, if Gringo Loco's like my number one that I'm excited to see, which he is because it's Gringo Loco and he fucking rules. Like Rena's like my number two. Like I never thought I'd get to see Rena.
I don't know. You said that, but Mash is the one that made me panic buy my ticket. Like as soon as Mash got announced, I was like, I'm buying my ticket right now.
See, I thought because Impact and New Impact were about to announce UK dates, I thought I can at least see Masher on that if she doesn't get announced for this.
GCW Masher hits different.
Yeah,
that's true.
I don't want to watch her get beat by Bully Ray. I want to watch her like fucking crime someone.
Yeah, but isn't she still in that tag team with Killer Kelly and Impact at the minute as well?
Possibly.
Don't worry about it. The fact that like fucking Impact had Julia over this weekend and Masha was right there, not fucking doing anything with it, was a travesty.
Yeah.
But we did get Julia versus Giselle Shaw and Deonna Purrazzo, so you know, so fucking spoiled with that one. Yeah, Rena Crime, Takashi Sasaki, King of Freedom World Championship match, Toru Segura and John Wayne Murdoch. Again, they just fucking murdered each other with light tube.
Yeah, this was just nonsense. This was
yeah, John Wayne Murdoch went through so much glass.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny when I feel like this might have been maybe a little bit of a fuck you to CM Punk because of him.
Why? What happened? Oh, because he was like, "No, you can't have glass."
He said no glass. So, like, literally, they like every other match had like a fucking pane of glass in it.
There was like there were three death matches like in the show, like one after the other, pretty much.
No, there was four.
Four, and every one
three
of them.
At the end.
Yeah, I don't really count the first one because it was more of like a comedy thing, sort of
gimmick match.
But like the three proper like one-on-one death matches, they all had like a pane of glass in every corner.
Love that.
And most of them, John Wayne Murdoch went through.
Yeah, even the ones that he wasn't in the match.
Yeah, I was about to say even the ones that he wasn't in the match for.
Yeah, that I really enjoyed that though. I really like Segura. He was one of the people I saw in Tournament of Survival that really impressed me, and he just fucking went to war with Murdoch, didn't he?
Yeah.
Next up, we had Masha Slamovich defeating Spider Nate Webb. We got while they were cleaning the ring, we got full Nate Webb teenage dirtbag entrance.
Masha choked him out as well, which was fucking lovely.
She did. Yeah, Nate Webb's entrance where he was in the scissor lift that had committed murder earlier in the night. And he just climbed up the side, and Aaron was like, "That's such a health and safety violation." When Aaron's saying that, you know something's going wrong.
You know it's concerning.
Yeah, Nate Webb was just singing along to Teenage Dirtbag and that, and then Masha came out and murdered him.
I mean, what a song!
Yeah,
she just hates Wheatus.
At one of the spring breaks, Nate Webb was played out by Wheatus. Fun fact there for you.
Really? Was that the one they were in the clusterfuck for?
Yeah, and I think the singer from Wheatus did something with either Utah or MJF.
Fair.
Yeah, because why not? Yeah. Also, Spider-Man Nate Webb looks like normal size Paul White.
yes, he does.
He really does.
So confused. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to see this now.
In the main events, in a death match, we got main event Matt Tremont losing to Violento Jack, but we did get Matt Tremont coming out to separate ways, which is always fun.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, Violento Jack, like, he did bad things to Matt Tremont, didn't he?
Yeah, Matt Tremont was a fucking mess by the end of this match.
Tremont, like, he was trying to peel that fucking horn off Tremont's head. Like, it was really upsetting.
Every time I watch Matt Tremont now, I just remember the time he fell in the bin earlier in the year.
And then he threw a breeze block at me. Oh, that match is like...
Wasn't that the night after Hangman and Mox? So no, like they just did breeze block murder. Like
no, it was like New Year's Day.
Yeah,
there was one like because it was that, and then it was like the Mox and Hangman really feud not that long ago. Yeah,
because Mox vs Hangman was like 6 weeks after that.
Yeah, and we were like, well, GCW fucking like
basically
already like.
Mox is a big Matrimon fan, probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Tasty, do you want to do the heavy lifting on night 2 then? Because I've only seen the first 2 matches.
I just remembered I haven't seen any of night 2. What I thought was night 2 was actually night 1 that I watched yesterday afternoon. So
God damn it, Sam! I'll run us through the results. I haven't seen any except the first 2 matches yet, and I'm very excited to see what is to come because, as you'll hear when I say so. Opening match: Tony Deppen defeated Braden Toon, who's like a kind of not like an enhancement guy, but he was like just like a local guy who was trying to like make a name for himself. This was really fun. Braden Toon, I reckon you'd like him, Tasty. He's a big lad, but he can move.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And Tony Deppen said he was going to beat him in 5 minutes because he didn't know who the fuck he was. And then he won by basically low blowing him behind the ref's back and then just like kneeing him in the back of the head. Also after the match, I say the grandpa guy at the side, Tony tried to steal his hat and then got into like a slap fight with him. And he was just like that. It was fantastic. Next we got the team of Thrunt, which was Ali Catch, Dark Sheik, Effie, and Sawyer Wreck defeating the Brat Pack.
Thrusty plus Sawyer Wreck.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember what Ali and Sawyer's tag team's something to do with cunts.
Fair. Yeah, I mean that's totally understandable.
Yeah. Which is why it was Thrunt. Thrunt against the Brat Pack, which was Brogan Finley, Leon Slater, Marcus Mathers, and Starboy Charlie. Thrunt got the win.
I remember when they were promoting this, and Ali like retweeted it and was like, "Darius, whose side are you on?"
Oh, was that because Darius is like?
He's made Ali like an honorary member of the 0121, hasn't he? Like,
oh, has he? I didn't know.
Yeah.
I hope we get Ali and Darius tagging together then.
Yeah, because like he was like, it's the 0121 versus 0121. Whose side are you on, Darius? And then he was like, "Don't make me choose."
I reckon he would have chose Leon.
Yeah, of course.
He always weighs sides with Leon. Driller's got a fucking murder coming his way for what he did to Leon off Darius. That's going to be heartbreaking when Driller crimes Darius. Like, Mahito defeated Becca. This is where I haven't seen anything, so I'm just reading the results. Commander defeated Dragon Kid, which I imagine was just witchcraft.
Yeah, that sounded good.
Dragon Kid's like Commander, but like 20 years ahead of him.
Oh God!
Like 2005 Commander.
Are we gonna see Tony Khan with a big net soon? Just like capturing all these luchadors.
Like PlayStation 2 Commander.
I thought Dragon Kid had retired.
Oh right.
Because he's like, I thought he would have been like, he's one of those guys who was like in Ring of Honor like in like 2002, 2000 to like 2005, like quite a bit, and then he's just seemingly disappeared. If he was, as I say, if he was 20 years younger, he would have been like fucking as viral as like Commander and the other one, Vikingo. Blake Christian defeated Masha Slamovich to retain the GCW World Championship.
Oh,
yeah, Akira accidentally hit Masha with the belt.
Stupid bastard.
What?
I mean, to be fair, Masha had Blake choked out, but then there was interference before he could the ref could call the match. And then
what a terrible boyfriend. Anyway, next we had a 4-way trios match. So the team of Ares, Gringo Loco, and Jack Cartwheel defeated Alec Price, Raddy Daddy, and Shane Mercer, Jimmy Lloyd and Los Macizos, and Dante Leone, Joey Janela, and Ninja Mac. That sounds fucking mental.
Yeah, this just sounds like pure madness, doesn't it?
Santana Jackson defeated Haley Dillon.
Oh, sorry, can we just say it? Towards the end of the match, Joey Janela was like the last man standing in the ring, and then the referee hit a Canadian Destroyer on him.
That sounds about right. That sounds, yeah, I'm not surprised.
Why?
Because why not?
GCW Tag Team Championships, new tag team champs, the East West Express lost the belts to Takashi Sasaki and Toru Segura, so now Nick Wayne's retired. According to Ryan.
Set Nick Wayne after pasture, yeah, that's it. What a career.
Too old. That fucking old, that 18-year-old old fucking pensioner. He's the fuck off. I'm just disappointed that it was the two cool Japanese guys from Freedom and not two George Souths. But there we go. We can't have everything. And in the main event, Rina Yamashita defeated Violento Jack to retain the GCW Ultraviolent Championship. Thank God.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm probably gonna watch this show after, or the rest of the show, I should say, after we finish recording, because
important just a thing to say after the match, like there was more like fighting, like Team Freedoms all came out, and then Nick Gage came out and challenged them to a Art of War Games match.
Yeah, so this happened as well at in the same building actually at Tournament of Survival after Masha won. I think she beat Segura in the final, or Sakaski, don't know. Either way, after Masha won.
So they haven't announced the GCW team yet, but the Team Freedoms team is Jun Kasai, Masahi Takeda, Takeshi Sasaki, Valenta Chojak, and Toru Segura.
Nice. I feel like the team, based on what happened at the end of Tournament of Survival when they started this angle, I feel like Team GCW is going to be Nick Gage, Rena, Los Macisos, and Janela.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
That maybe Sawyer Reckon there instead of one of them. But yeah, that'll be fun. Much excited about that. When is that? It's usually
September, like
October 7th in Atlantic City.
I think it's been like the 20-something of September. I think it was like the 20-something of September last year. It
might be a bit late this year because they're doing like after they come to the local, they're doing like a Germany tour as well, aren't they? So
it was the day before All In last year. Or the week before
All In.
Yeah,
because weren't we talking about
All Out?
Weren't we all
talking
about how we had like no sleep last year when this was happening, because we were like, I think it was like the day before or something, because we were like,
yeah, because me and Aaron watched Big Gay Brunch, meant to be with Ryan. Ryan didn't show up, and it wasn't, that Big Gay Brunch show wasn't very good. So me and Aaron were just kind of fuming, like, why the fuck have we like watched this? We could have been sleeping before the pay-per-view.
Fair.
But yeah.
because it's Big Gay Brunch and thingy, and then War Games afterwards, isn't it?
Big Gay Brunch is usually like the matinee show before All Out.
Yeah.
I think it is this time because they announced what is it, that fucking dinosaur up Barney.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Thingy Bop.
Baby Bop. Which, yeah.
Right, Nick Cage.
Someone made that fake poster, and I really hope that it isn't fake.
Tom's Customs made that ain't real.
I wish it was.
He also made one that he had to release pixelated because he was like, I finally crossed the line. And I don't know who was exactly in it, but I do know that one of the people who was in it was definitely Cash Wheeler.
Yeah, it was an AEW one, wasn't it? Was it, would you reckon it would have been Cash Wheeler?
It was Collision, and it was definitely Cash, and it was like two other guys.
And
I was like, and he just put when I know I've crossed the line.
Oh God!
I was like, crossing the line.
We'll talk about all that later. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah. Should we talk about? Well, have we watched any other wrestling this weekend?
Faye,
I know
No.
a lot of other wrestling has happened.
Wasn't Cutler on Ring of Honor this week?
I haven't seen Ring of Honor, so I couldn't tell you what's happened because I've been avoiding spoilers for it. Yeah.
That's fair. No, they're just now. Oh, no, I found out through BT.
They mentioned that on BT, yeah. But I couldn't tell you who he wrestled or whether he won or lost. I know the main event was the boys versus Stokely Hathaway and Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
And the finish was fantastic. But yeah, other than that, I don't know.
I can tell you what the card was if you want.
Yeah, why not?
So we've got I think it's Josh Woods.
Josh Woods versus Silas Young had been announced last week. Yeah, I think that was one of the only matches he'd announced.
Athena against Brittany J in a proven ground match. Billy Starks against Charlotte Renegade.
Nice.
Yeah. And that was the match that Billy Starks. Sadly.
So Gravity versus Gringo Loco.
Oh, yes, please.
Just a look at this. Samoa Joe and Stoke versus the boys. Gate of Agony against Christopher Daniels and Matt Sydal. Madison Rain against Danny Moe. Dark Order versus Corey Calhoun, Isaiah Broner, and Lord Crow.
Jobbers. Cool.
Yeah.
I shall watch that at some point when there is actual time. one day. Yeah, this might be when I finally start like falling behind on Ring of Honor this week.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, there was as well. I feel like it's probably important we talk about the main event of SmackDown because it was a marquee match, which was dubbed as Edge's last. It was Edge called it the last time, which it has since come out that it could have been Edge's last match ever. Could have been Edge's. It's certainly Edge's last WWE match for the time being because his contract's up. Apparently, him and Sheamus had an absolute banger, which again I haven't watched yet. I am going to try and get back and watch that.
Which is really nice because about 6 months ago, I think it was, Sheamus tweeted at Edge and basically said, "Yeah, come on, Grandad, you got one more in you."
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
So apparently, this was meant to happen at Money in the Bank, and Edge had a few like niggling injuries, and they put it on hold for Toronto.
All right. Also, I mean, it made sense to do it in Canada, didn't it? Like in Toronto. So
yeah, but also Edge had said to Sheamus like he wanted to wrestle him before he retired because one, they never wrestled before, despite the fact being in the ring together multiple times, but never in a singles match, and two, because it was Sheamus working out with Edge, which made Edge realize that he could probably do more than he thought he could, which then led to him getting cleared. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen Sheamus's like TikTok workout videos and they are fucking insanity.
Yeah, I watched the one Sheamus did with Ciampa and it was like, no wonder you two are in the fucking shape you're in and like pushing 40 because you're like a pair of machines.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently it was a really good match. Sheamus is like probably the most underrated guy in WWE.
Who won?
Yeah.
Edge.
Oh, he didn't
Imagine Sheamus.
Didn't even go out on his back. What a fucking loser.
Nah, he's going to do that to Christian. Going to do that to Christian and AEW, mate.
Next year's Revolution.
Yeah.
Do you want a fun fact to segue us into AEW?
Yeah.
Go on.
So this week was the first time in history that SmackDown had more wrestling on it than Dynamite.
Wow.
That's wild.
Is that including the Texas Chainsaw Massacre match?
That's because this week's AEW Dynamite, for better or for worse, was a fucking cocaine nightmare.
This might have been my favorite episode of Dynamite ever because of that.
So many people fucking hated it. I thought it was.
I enjoyed it.
So this, you know what this felt like? This felt like, like Tony Khan was too busy with all the pay-per-views coming up, and he just didn't have time to like supervise anything. So they just, like when the teacher's not in and the kids just get to like do whatever they want for a bit, and the substitute teachers, like it's not, you haven't even got a sub teacher, you've just got the teacher next door just popping in every 10 minutes or so to sort of keep an eye on things.
Yeah,
it was like that. It was like,
it's
fuck
Christopher
me.
Daniels looking in, going, yeah, he's okay, no one dead, cool, and then walking back out.
It was insanity. Yeah, we'll talk about this because this was, as you say, Jay, it was a very different feeling, Dynamite. I'm with you. I fucking loved it. It was huge cocaine energy.
I like the more chaotic and erratic episodes of Dynamite.
This was, I think I said,
fell into that category.
I think I said it on Discord. Like, this was the most TNA Dynamite we've ever had.
Yeah,
we TNA now. Yeah, so it started off promising enough anyway, because there was obviously like Orange Cassidy and Yuta just having that banger.
That was so
good.
I loved the promo that they did for this as well, the promo video, which was like them both sat on this. It was so good. It was so emotional.
Yeah,
it was.
I do think that they're kind of mirroring what they did with Yuta joining BCC, where like third time's the charm.
I think I'm fully behind now. I think Yuta should probably take that belt off Orange eventually.
I think Yuta
or Mox for me.
I was going to say Yuta or Swerve are the two logical choices for me.
Swerve needs to go straight to that. Swerve needs to go
straight to that main event. Until what got announced, like on Dynamite, until like what got announced after this, like on Dynamite, I fully thought that like Yuta was going to lose and Mox was going to beat Orange at All In. That was like what I had in my head was going to happen.
I think we might get Mox and Orange at All Out.
So I had Mox to win the title at All In, if you remember my predictions from back in the day. And this was like 2 months ago. So
yeah, you know what I had though, and you all fucking poo-pooed.
What?
Stadium Stampede.
Oh motherfucker!
You did.
So this was like crap to me. So
I've been saying for fucking weeks we're getting Stadium Stampede. He's like, nah.
So after the match, big old fucking brawl. Everyone's having a big old fight. Eddie Kingston's music hits. The crowd goes fucking ballistic.
So we were watching this together on the Discord, and Nat wasn't on like active on the Discord chat, and I literally messaged her on WhatsApp. I was like, "Tasty's gonna have a fucking heart attack."
So not only do we get to see Eddie Kingston at All In, we get him in Stadium Stampede, and on top of all that, BCC have got to find 3 mystery partners.
I mean, it's not like Rev Pro are doing a show with a load of New Japan talent today.
What if Timmy Thatcher's there?
Don't give me hope.
Alex Coughlin, Timmy Thatcher, shooter.
Dream scenario for me is either LFI, because I get Roosh in Stadium Stampede, and that's like the dream.
Yeah,
just having him stopping and surveying all the chaos around.
Let's just temper the expectations. It could. I would be fine with this, but it could just be like Kip Sabian butchering the Blade.
I'd be okay with that.
I'd be absolutely fine.
That's like that. I mean this. That's like the finger quotes worst case scenario, and I would be fine with that.
I feel like LFI make the most sense because they've got like that ongoing thing with both Lucha Bros and Best Friends.
LFI are in like a Mexican gulag, mate. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Wow, they're going to Roosh's fucking like palatial estate.
I think the thing
is murder basement.
Is that we haven't had like BCC and LFI cross paths to like.
Well, we've had that match with Roosh and Mox, which was just pure chaos.
I know, but like in terms of like finding like a common, you know what I mean, like getting them in that situation.
Can you just imagine if you're like coming around to like fit the internet in Roosh's house and you're in the basement and you're like, oh, do you want me to tidy these cables up for you? And Roosh's like, nah, it's all right.
And then he chokes her out with one for even suggesting it.
Make them extra long.
Yeah, it's like, no, you can just leave them there. It's fine.
Yeah,
those are my choking cables. What?
I think Kip and Butchering the Blade's a good shout. Mm-hmm. There is rumours of Proud and Powerful, which
but Thingy's put to bed those, hasn't he? SRS on Fightful by saying they're still not speaking.
Not quite. He 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 said they're not speaking, but he also said they might be like open to working together because they have been in the past.
Just get Daniel Garcia in there, just for me, just as a treat, please.
Run him in Shibata back.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, I love that.
And Shibata's there, isn't he? What if Shibata? Oh no! What if Shibata turns on Orange and he's with BCC?
Oh, the sadness.
I tell you who is there. 3 members of the Bullet Club.
The real Bullet Club.
Yeah. David Finlay, Driller, and Alex Coughlin.
If Driller's all in, man, I'll fucking lose my mind.
Not Alex Coughlin.
So good.
Gabe Kidd. Sorry.
Gabe Kidd, yeah.
I wish it was Alex Coughlin.
Bullet Club. Imagine that. BC and BCC.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And David Finlay and Eddie had beef in the G1.
Major beef, didn't he?
That ain't over. Yeah. Either way, it's going to be exciting, isn't it?
Yeah. Either way, we're getting Eddie Kingston and Mox at Stadium Stampede.
I mean, what sucks is they're probably going to do the 1v1 match at All Out, aren't they?
Nah, I think they're going to do Mox and Orange at All Out. I think Eddie and Mox might happen at Grand Slam.
Or Full Gear.
That's a shout.
Full Gear, I feel
if you have an Eddie go over at Grand Slam, that's the place to do it. If you have an Eddie win.
Yeah. Or they could do Eddie versus Claudio and then Eddie versus Mox at Full Gear. Have Eddie win the ROH title at Grand Slam.
Have Mox take it off him.
Yeah,
have Mox take his old belt off Eddie, the New Japan one.
I think who beat Eddie in the thingy? Oh, it was David Finlay won it. I think David Finlay might go after that.
Yeah, that is a shout.
He's already got a belt though, hasn't he? He's got Jay White's old belt, never over.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
And that's the one he took. Do you know that's the one he took off David Finlay as well? Never open weight, he beat David Finlay for that belt.
Who?
Jay White.
Did he?
I think.
I thought he beat Tama.
Or they had a big
they both
feud
beat Tama. They had a feud over it.
Yeah, they had a big feud.
Yeah. Next up we had JR interviewing Kenny Omega in a pre-tape.
It was totally fine, nothing happened.
No.
Don't worry.
Yeah, it was in Daly's place because Kenny couldn't go to Greensboro, North Carolina because Punk was there.
Because Kenny won't travel to North Carolina.
I feel like they haven't said that in ages.
I'm glad you took the bait on that one, Tasty. I thought I'd drop it in there and see if either of you fucking got that.
I love JR's reaction in this was just sheer puzzlement.
Yeah.
Mild annoyance. He was just come on, what the fuck's happening?
Yeah, JR was just thinking about that time in 1998 when he fired Don Callis and was like, why the fuck's this guy still working here?
Also, Kenny basically said that Don Callis gave him steroids when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was weird. Every time they revisit this whole Kenny and Don, it gets weirder and weirder and weirder, doesn't it? Their relationship,
I mean, it would explain why Takeshita's all of a sudden super jacked or more jacked.
That's just Cinnabon. It's just good American Cinnabon.
That's true.
Everything, all that cream cheese frosting, mate, it's just what a grown boy needs.
Yeah, that is very true. It's very true. Considering when they shown the video of Kenny and Takeshita and DDT and Takeshita looked like a child.
He looks like, you probably see his mate, he's fucking 16.
He was 16, wasn't he? Yeah, but I love the way that Jay White showed up and was reminding Kenny of what he did to him in New Japan, and then Juice was also there in his full gear, absolutely feral, screaming that he was going to break Kenny's back with a girder. Juice Robinson's the best. I fucking love him.
His energy was unhinged.
All he needed was a massive pile of amphetamines to unleash his full potential.
all he needed was to be well rested and become really rock hard, and then he's fine.
Yeah, 8 hours
Now
sleep,
he's just
full rock. Yeah,
8 hours, no bags under those eyes, carb blade, Juice is living his best life. Yeah. But shortly after this, Hangman was drinking in a hospital.
Well, if that's a hospital,
Yeah.
I'm a professional athlete.
How dare you? How dare you say that closed set wasn't a
This
hospital?
gave Nat such the fear. Like him drink. I was like, it's fine. She's like, he's drinking a beer, Faye. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, next he's going to be drinking whiskey again, and Kenny's going to fucking try and kill him.
Whiskey milk at Stadium Stampede. It's the tradition.
Oh, thank you. Can't Mox is in that match.
It's fine. Whiskey milk.
Can't have whiskey milk, man, round recovering alcoholic. John Moxley, come on, Faye. You monster. But yeah, I'm surprised you like diverted there from the fact that I was about to say Kota Ibushi's going to be tagging with them also. I thought
was
right.
not.
Why
way.
Why are people upset about this match?
Are people upset about it?
Originally, it was going to be Kenny versus Danielson, which I can understand why people are upset about not getting Kenny versus Danielson.
We can't have that because Bryan Danielson's not cleared. So
he's got all the other bones fine. Nigel McGuinness told me that.
He's got 205 other bones.
Yeah, fucking piece of garbage, Brian.
Clam digger. But like also, people are mad about like it not being Omega and Ospreay. I don't want that. I've had it twice now.
Do people not
I'd
want to see?
okay if it
do
never
people not want to see
again.
the Golden Lovers again? Like, am I missing something here?
I want to see this. This is what I want. Let me have this.
I mean, I would have literally took Golden Lovers versus Juice and Jay, and Takeshita versus the singles match.
I would have accepted 50 minutes of Kenny Omega just doing like mimes and then leaving.
Yeah.
To be fair, as long as I get to fucking see Kenny Omega, I don't care.
This is it. We get to see Kenny Omega. I'm fucking excited.
I have been like the way you were for like Eddie. I was like this over this. Like the disco. Tom, I was even speaking to Tom the next day and he was like, did you watch your wrestling then? I was like, yeah. He was like, I fucking no. I saw the Discord. Because it was just me and you freaking out.
It was just me and you having like increasingly like normal ones over what they were announcing, wasn't
it? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, lap it all up while your fucking favourites are on. No Ricky Starks announced, yeah. Bullshit.
Ricky Stonks is suspended, mate. So they announced Kenny, Hangman, and Ibushi versus Bang Bang Gang. So that's Jay White, Juice Robinson, and Takeshita.
Yes, please.
And Hangman is in no way bothered about the fact that Kota Ibushi's there. No way at all. It's fine.
I like all of those things, so it's brilliant. Yeah, yes, please.
I hope this leads to Hangman versus Jay White.
Next up, Jay,
please.
was it the match we all want to talk about?
You know what? I'm genuinely excited about this match. I think it's going to be fucking awesome.
Which one?
The one that the US segue into.
No, I'm talking about the match that was on Dynamite.
Hey?
The match that was next on Dynamite.
The next thing on Dynamite was the Jericho thing.
Jericho thing? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was also okay.
That was really good. I thought that segment was fantastic.
Yeah.
The match,
again, fucking big brain over here. Literally said Jericho Ospreay's happening in Wembley. You can't convince me otherwise.
They had I like Jericho's use of words as well. When he said to Don, he's like, "You're trying to get me you're gonna have me assassinated." And it's like, "Oh, there we go."
Yeah.
It was like, "Oh, we know who this is."
The thing is with angles like this, where like Jericho kind of turns face, but also gets betrayed. He just does them so well. Like this is. It's the first time he's done it in AEW, obviously, but he did the Festival of Friendship, which is like widely regarded.
This had big Festival of Friendship energy, didn't it? Like it was.
Oh, it was a fucking almost a carbon copy of it.
Yeah.
But what's under the painting, Don? It was like, oh my God.
That mean that we're not going to see those paintings anymore? No, because I'm okay with that.
No, we're definitely getting more. We're gonna have
Mel
one
Coleman does the best paintings though. She's so good.
We're gonna have one of like Ospreay as a Valkyrie carrying Don across a battlefield.
Doing a leap of faith into the ring onto Jericho.
Don riding a winged horse into battle.
Yeah.
Don riding a winged Takeshita Centaur into battle while Ospreay flies alongside them. It's like a Valkyrie. That's what's going to happen.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's deeply upsetting. But yeah, basically, Jericho pulls the sheath off. It's a picture of Don holding Jericho's severed head, which was awesome. And then Jericho basically calls Don out. Don slaps him. And Jericho starts beating the shit out of Takeshita, who attacks him. And then Ospreay just from nowhere fucking murders him with a hidden blade.
Yeah.
In a tracksuit.
And then a really stiff chair shot as well.
Yeah, a really stiff chair shot, and then Don hits Jericho with the painting, and it doesn't break properly. And Jericho's a mess.
Jericho still bleeds, so he bleeds everywhere.
Yeah. And then Sammy comes and makes the save.
And Sammy's over. Everyone likes him again.
Right. I know that Takeshita and Kenny's the money match it all out. And I get that. But what if we got Ospreay and Takeshita versus Jericho and Omega somewhere along the line there?
I mean, I just want Sammy.
Jericho Omega.
I just want Sammy versus Ospreay as a little treat at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've done that in PWG.
I want it in a place where I can actually watch it though.
That's true. It's true.
Well, where it all disappears.
I don't want it stuck on fucking Super Dragon's DVR.
just if Tony Khan happens to listen to this in some kind of coked up fugue state, please just buy PWG and put it on Honor Club, please.
Yeah, I will stop. I will stop. I will stop stealing Jay's Honor Club and start paying my own if you do that.
I will stop stealing Faye's Honor Club on behalf of and buy it myself.
Did you know that Nick Jackson on Swerve's podcast said that he once tried to buy PWG off Super Dragon and Super Dragon said no?
That doesn't surprise me.
Is that why he bought his $12 million beach house instead?
Yeah.
I remember, I can't remember who was getting interviewed when they said this, but hearing a story that Sofia Vergara was literally trying to get into a PWG show at the old armory, and Super Dragon wouldn't let her in because it was sold out. And she's like, "Do you know who I am?" He's like, "I don't give a fuck who you are. You can't come in. It's a capacity."
He doesn't care. So in the book's biography, one time they were doing training with everybody else in Reseda, and Super Dragon was just do this really simple thing, and they were well, we're just gonna show off and do a flip. And since then, Super Dragon didn't book them for so long at a show until everyone was you have to book the Young Bucks. And this was for ages, Super Dragon didn't book them just because they didn't listen once to training. And
and
Dragon was fuming.
When he did book them again, he just booked himself to crime them every fucking show.
Yeah.
So, fun fact: the first ever PWG show I saw was the Young Bucks main evented. They were in TNA at the time, and they were basically being heels, saying, "Oh yeah, we've been in TNA now, hanging out with Dixie Carter and Hulk Hogan and the Nasty Boys." And then they wrestled Paul London and Brian Kendrick, and they spent the entire match doing Nasty Boys moves.
Oh.
It was incredible.
That's upsetting.
I wish we'd get more of the Nasty Bucks personally, but that's just me.
Speaking of Sofia Vergara, did you see those obviously her and Joe Manganiello split up? Did you see there was a picture of them? I think it was a Hood Slam show.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Trey loves drugs, Bonnie.
But
she's into wrestling, Sofia Vergara, isn't she?
Joe was going fucking nuts, trying to getting a fight with one of the wrestlers because I think they were doing a bit, and Sophia was just trying to hide her face, basically.
Did you see him he was on BT the other week, wasn't
he? Who, Joe Manganiello?
Yeah, he was getting a picture with Brandon Cutler.
Oh, fair.
Oh yeah, they were at Mac Con, weren't
at Gen Con, yeah.
They're both nerding out over D&D.
Yeah, I mean that's obvious. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So Jericho versus Ospreay at All In. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I can't wait. Everybody
will get St. Judas.
People are fucking cry-arsing about that. It's like, it's an actual fucking dream match.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
It's probably in Ospreay's top 5 fucking dream matches.
Well, he said it for years, hasn't he? He really wants to wrestle Jericho.
Yeah. They were meant to at Wrestle Kingdom 2021, weren't they? And
yeah, and then obviously
happened.
Yeah, COVID. So yeah, that'd be really good fun. Next, then, should we talk about the match of the week?
Match of the year.
Well, are we talking about Darby Allin and Nick Wayne versus Gates of Agony?
Was that first? How many matches were on this fucking
That was
card?
first. Literally, we had the Jack Perry saying he's going to retire the FTW Championship, and Taz going mental.
Yeah,
fuming. I love this. You know, I think they don't tell Taz that he's going to say these things, you know, and then just let him react. And I think
that picture of Taz like shoot reacting to like Jungle Boy turning on Hook was amazing. Yeah. Where he's like, he's looking at Jungle Boy like, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I really hope, and I probably think they didn't tell Taz about that, but I really hope they didn't.
I really hope they do, like, they somehow do Jungle Boy versus Taz at fucking All In.
Oh, it'd be so good, wouldn't it? Like,
even if it's so just good. Taz coming out and fucking Kata Hajime in him and taking the belt back.
Surely Taz has got one suplex left in him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely got a fucking Kata Hajime in him. He fucking did it to Cody, didn't he? He's just like, pop me like a motherfucker, because that was like that was like the fucking like the genesis of the Cody verse, where like everyone was sick of Cody's shit. It's like, don't you dare disrespect Taz Cody, you piece of garbage. Yeah, we got Darby Allin, Nick Wayne versus Gates of Agony. This was really fun. I want Darby and Nick Wayne to be tag champions.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
But one weird thing, Jay, why wasn't Prince Nana at ringside?
Well, it was because it was Showtime.
Basically, we had Joker Sting in all but name.
Oh, mate, he was pulling the fucking face. It was definitely Joker Sting. Doing his fucking stupid face that looks like Jim Carrey's The Grinch. And he had the Joker makeup last week, didn't he? And he's been teasing it for a while now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he just decided to fucking do it. And he was just
where was the actual crow? That's the only thing.
I wanted them to have the crow sick Prince Nana, like claw his eyes out. Prince Nana looked really upset.
Prince Nana looked
so scared.
Prince Nana looked legitimately scared.
Yeah.
And then Sting like screamed at him, and Prince Nana screamed and ran off.
I don't think they told Nana what was going to happen. I think they just said, we need you to cut a promo with Sting. Sting just went all in. He just went fucking off the rails.
Prince Nana is doing the Lord's work. Like, talk about career resurgences.
I know.
I never thought in 2023 we'd have Prince Nana in AEW.
Yeah. Should we just throw in now? Obviously, this is more of a news thing, but also this week, Sting and Darby crashed an indie show and beat up AR Fox.
Well, it was on was it Collision? It was on the show.
I think so. It's when Darby said, like, "Oh yeah, we could have ended it. We could have ended you there, but we don't want to do it there. We want to end you at Wembley in a coffin match."
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool. I like when they do things like that, where they like when Brody King like showed up at that sign and murdered Darby.
Yeah, we just
that
put
was
him
so good.
through the fucking merch table. Like, yeah.
Love that.
Ain't no one getting no t-shirt. It was like a Hot Topic as well, wasn't it? It was like
it was in a really small shop.
And I'm pretty sure it was before the signing had even started, because there was people queuing outside.
Yeah.
I just want Brody King every now and again to just like appear and murder Darby Allin.
Remember when Darby got on stage at God's Hate Kick and Brody just lawn darted into the crowd?
Yeah. That's what he gets.
That happened to Daniel Garcia as well when they did that once as well. Like, that was the one where everyone went to it though.
Yeah.
I love that picture of Brody King like stage diving. And
there was 3 people who were about to die.
Yeah, and the look on his face as well, and it's like it looks like he's blocking out the sun. Like, he literally looks like a fucking moon coming down on them.
Yeah.
That's no moon. That's Brody King.
So right. Good.
Now is it time, Jay? Can we talk about it?
No, we've got one more thing to talk about.
Come on. When are we going to get to the death match?
When are we going to get to the fireworks factory?
Before we get off the subject, did you see the video Swear put up on Twitter of Prince Nana dancing to his entrance music.
I don't think I did.
Whoever said let's put Swerve and Prince Nana together, they need like all of the money.
I love the fact that like Prince Nana like did that dance once when he came out on the entrance, and I was like, the fuck is Nana doing? And you just saw Swerve like grinning at the fact that like he's like a serial killer and Nana's just dancing like a dickhead. And then he's just like, yeah, let's keep it.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. Yeah, Tasty, you're gonna like this bit though, because before we got to the death match, we did get the MJF and Adam Cole going to Outback Steakhouse thing.
Like even more cocaine energy. Like fuck me.
It even had coked up Tony Khan in it.
Yeah, so this is great. They went to Outback Steakhouse to prepare for Aussie Open, and they had the Bloomin' Onion, and they were like, "We can't beat them. Their food's too good." Like, and I know this is a meme because Outback Steakhouse is meant to be like quite shit, isn't it? So
yeah, it's not.
I think Kyle Fletcher like really hates Outback Steakhouse as well, so he was like furious on Twitter.
I feel like a lot of this is MJF ribbing Kyle Fletcher because it feels like that. It feels like a lot of this feud is MJF just fucking with Kyle Fletcher because he can.
And then they went, MJF debuted a kangaroo kick, and then they went full Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, and then they double clothesline Charlie into the kiddie pool with a crocodile in.
Yeah. An inflatable crocodile.
Yeah, and then coked up Tony Khan. Started screaming.
Tony Khan looked fucking lucid, like when he came out.
You were saying, Faye, you were like, I don't think this is really Tony Khan. I don't know who's doing the voice, and then like, he just turned up, and it was like,
that
whoa,
was fucking wild. Yeah.
I love that MJF said Tony's gonna regret that in 2024, and he, like Tony comes out and like, "Did you say something, Max?" He goes, "No, sir." Yeah. Then we got Better Than You, baby, arriving in a sports car. Roddy coming and kicking the wheel.
Yeah, and hurting his foot.
And then later on, when he's sat there watching the fucking screen, he's in a wheelchair, icing his foot with Matt Taven stuff behind him. Roderick Strong is doing the fucking Lord's work as a jealous ex-boyfriend.
It's such a weird descent into madness, isn't it?
If you were wondering, like, is this Roddy Strong thing meant to be hilarious, or is he just like, is it meant to be goofy, or are we just like reading it wrong? No, it's like
Roddy.
The man broke his foot kicking a car tire. Like, it's absolutely meant to be a comedy thing, isn't it?
Roddy's like legitimately like he does like comedy storylines every now and again. He's just legitimately really good at them. Like when he was in NXT and he did that storyline where he got like abducted by Dexter Lumis, and for the weekend, like all the Undisputed Era were like, "Have you heard from Roddy?" to like Marina Shafir, and she's like, "He's not been home." And then like,
oh God,
Roddy just tweeted a picture, and it was of Dexter Lumis's face, like a selfie, but like looking like a fucking like he was a murderer. And then Roddy just appeared like later on, like looking disheveled. It's fucking great.
love that.
Yeah, he commits to this shit so much, and he's fucking great at it. Roderick Strong is again obscenely underrated guy. Then we got that like really cool in-ring segment, which was it kind of reminded me of Rock and Austin, Mania 17, in the way that Cole was like, "I need this more than you'll ever know," like to solidify myself. And then MJF cut that promo and was like saying about how he took a chance to get himself on the All In, the first All In card, and he was in the opening match and he lost, and now he's in the main event. Aussie Open then attack MJF and Cole. MJF goes for a kangaroo kick on Kyle Fletcher, and they manage to powder out. Yeah, I'm excited about both these matches. They've done a really good job of getting like
this is the best
around two matches.
This is like the best like sort of running story in AEW right now, isn't it? Possibly in all of wrestling. Because it's
how mad, right?
Whoa, bloodline. Come on.
How mad is it gonna look, right? When usually for the buy-in you only get like half a crowd in, don't you? Like the fact that like it's gonna be like fully packed.
I mean, I think that's why that's obviously why they've done this, isn't it? They want like everyone in at 5 o'clock. Like that.
Also as well, like I feel like everyone's gonna tune into the buy-in to watch that match, because what if one of them turns on the other?
And then
if you miss it?
If something happens in that match, then it's gonna sell the main event, isn't it? So everyone's gonna order the pay-per-view. So
yeah.
Clever.
Smart thing to do. seen a lot of old idiots online going on about how going on about how stupid it is having the main event in the fucking pre-show as well. It's like, but why? Sometimes it works.
Right. Now, is it time, Jake? Can we talk about it?
Now
we get to the fireworks factory.
Now we're at the fireworks factory.
About Chris Jericho challenging Will Ospreay to a match at All In. Now we can talk about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre death match, aka
Christ.
the match of the year.
What a fucking match this was.
This was amazing.
I mean, it was an absolute car crash in like the best possible way.
This is the thing. Like, I know for a fact that it's been very divisive on social media. I know a lot of other podcasts and YouTubers and whatnot have absolutely shit on this match and said it's like the worst thing AEW's ever put out. I raise you the fucking Nightmare Collective and say that to me. But I thought this was fantastic. I thought it was absolutely ridiculously funny.
So many things I loved in this match. So first of all, you had Karen Jarrett dressed as like a final girl.
She wasn't just dressed as a final girl. She was dressed as the final girl from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah. You had
she was legitimately dressed like her.
Jeff's entrance gear was phenomenal.
Yeah, with the mask that made it look like he was the granddad.
Yeah.
And his face paint as well, with like all the stitched like bits of skin.
Then they started the match backstage in a red lit like room full of weapons.
Yeah, there was like a wall.
It was so weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the Jarrett hit him with like some fucking thing made out of bones.
Yeah.
This was as if I Think You Should Leave made a wrestling match. I feel like this would be it.
At one point, Satnam Singh just got thrown through like a fence, and then that opened up like a new path for them to go down.
I love that Satnam was in his overalls.
Yeah, just overalls, like nothing else, just like overalls, like bare chest. When they got down into like that like little dead end, and then the door opened, and it was like bathed in light, and it was just Sanjay coming in.
Oh, that was amazing. That was so good. Matt and Brother Zay poured like this bucket of blood over Jeff and Karen.
Yeah,
it was mad, wasn't it?
Jeff and Karen like ran and like hid under one of the stands and were like crying, cowering. Well, like the Hardys and like were like the faces, but basically the killers.
Basically, the
slightly terrifying.
Yeah. Eventually after like many madness, leads back to the ring. And like within the ring as well, there's like tables and all kinds of shit set up.
Yeah.
And like Jeff Hardy hit a swanton through a table. Then actual Leatherface came out
with a chainsaw.
With a chainsaw and chased off Karen Jarrett. And then Jay Lethal hit Jeff Hardy in the back of the head with a hammer. Satnam hit a chokeslam and Jeff Jarrett got the win and won the Leatherface title.
Carney Jeff Jarrett booking himself to win the Leatherface title.
Yeah. I loved this. I thought it was. I thought the promo to set it up last week, which we spoke about at length, where it was like Jeff Jarrett doing the fucking art of the deal to get like a match sponsored by the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then this happened. And it was like, this is the best thing ever. Jeff Jarrett is the best. Give him all the belts.
I would like more games like this. More thingies like this based off like scary video games.
It's important to remember as well, even if you thought this match was really shit, they got $100,000 of sponsorship money for doing it, and that all got donated to the fund for Hawaii. Yeah, the Maui fund.
Also, just before we get away from the Maui fund as well, the Young Bucks announced that T-shirt.
Yeah,
that really nice T-shirt.
Gorgeous.
100% of the proceeds go to the Maui support fund. So
yeah,
if you want to support, get a really nice Young Bucks shirt.
It's so pretty. I'm gonna get it.
I'm hoping they've got them at All In, because I will probably get one of them. It's really nice.
Yeah. To be fair, if they don't, I'm probably gonna do an order next month. On
All Out when they do the deals.
Probably, yeah. If you want to jump on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, next up, Britt Baker defeat the Bunny. Gasp.
Yeah, it was a fun match.
Bunny look.
I like this match. I've missed the Bunny.
Yeah.
Bunny looked good. It's a kind of annoying though because I feel like all these qualifying matches they've done. Well, I say all of them. There's only been 3, hasn't there? But they've already felt like a foregone conclusion. I felt like they didn't need to do the qualifying matches.
Well, they sort of have to, like, I don't know, at least make people sort of work for it a bit, haven't they?
It's been in a feud for fucking months, mate. They could have easily just gone, oh yeah.
Yeah.
They could have done the fucking 4 pillars nonsense they did. But just gone,
Yeah.
oh, we've been feuding for months. Let us have fight. Yeah, Tony.
I think it's just to get more people on the cards and it's built up though, isn't it? Like to get more.
Oh no, I've got no issue about a fucking
Yeah.
4-way. It's just the fact that them dragging the heels with these qualifying matches, which have felt like so inconsequential because we knew who was winning them.
Yeah, it's very obvious, isn't it?
It kind of almost felt like filler.
Yeah.
Next up, the Acclaim come to the ring. Cut promos on some bald guys. The Spooky Boys show up, House of Black.
And the ball guys are just gone completely. Like, they don't exist anymore.
Yeah,
Back
I
in the
feel
void.
like Mordecai just absorbed their essences back into himself.
Were they even real? Were they even real people?
No.
Yeah, Brody King absolutely crimed Max Caster here. Like Max was a fucking mess, piss and blood, and they take Billy's boots, but it's interesting the way they do it because they literally they take them and hand them off to each other to hand them to Malachi.
Yeah.
It's that promo on Collision was fantastic. The little
Yeah.
vignette was so
I
good.
love those Malachi promos where he's just narrating and he's he
Mhm.
sounds really menacing when he's talking.
So good.
I almost whispering. He's awesome. I really fucking hope this means we're getting House of Black versus the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass.
But I also don't want them to win it or I just want them to hold the titles forever.
I feel like that House of Black have got a lot more to do with those belts, to be fair.
I think so as well.
But I really want to see House of Black at All In. I mean, if they don't want to do the Acclaimed, do you want to hold the Acclaimed off till All Out? Do House of Black versus LFI? I just want Roosh on the card. Give me what I want, Tony. Give me what I want. And in the main event, the Ass Boys got robbed by the Young Bucks.
Yeah, the Young Bucks cheated to win.
Piece of shit.
Although they did insert many men into their entrances, by the which they both got super kicked while they were doing their little cool entrance.
Yeah, that upset me as well because I really like that entrance. Basically, Young Bucks are garbage people, and they should stop victimizing the Ass Boys like that.
Hey now.
Yeah, FTR, Bald, and Gunn come out after, and they all fight off Bullet Club Gold and have a stare down because All In.
Because All In,
yeah. And then Rampage.
I enjoyed that match though.
It was really fun.
That was very good.
Another really good Ass Boys match. They're no slouches now. They're really good.
I think the Gun Club are quietly becoming the best tag team in AEW.
They're definitely getting. I think they've got the potential to definitely get there and be one of the best tag teams in the company. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
They're so consistent though, and they can have good matches with anyone.
Yeah, right. Should we rattle through Rampage real quick and then get onto Collision because we've got so much stuff to talk about?
Yeah.
Commander v. Ray Phoenix was excellent.
Commander, incredible. Go watch it.
Yeah.
All the witchcraft in the world. What else we got here? We got
Aussie Open versus Ethan Page.
Aussie Open, Crime, Ethan Page and Brothers A. It was upsetting.
It was a good match.
Yeah. The righteous are coming. That's what's the real important thing here.
That's really exciting.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Sammy Guevara squashed John Cruz. Fine. Sammy's over, which is important.
Yeah. Hardy's called out called out Aussie Open for a match on Dynamite this week, which, yes, please.
Yep, that'd be
Yeah,
fun.
that'll be good.
And then the main event, Tony Storm and Ruby Soho versus Cheetah and Sky Blue.
Yeah. We also got a really cool Nyla Rose promo just before the main event, which got me excited to see more Nyla Rose again.
Yeah.
I miss it. Tag match was, again, it was fine.
I really liked it. It got a good amount of time. Felt like it really got like time to like sort of spread its legs and sort of get going. Sky Blue's come on leaps and bounds. Tagging with Cheetah's not going to make you any worse. So yeah,
that's true. It just feels kind of like the spin in the wheels bit to me. That's all.
Well,
I feel like they do that a lot though now with the women's matches. You feel like you see them like 50 million times in different ways.
I wouldn't even say it's the women's matches in general though. I'd say it's just this feud. Like the Outcasts versus Shida and someone else, or Britt and someone else. It's literally just, there's only so much they can do it where until I start losing
looking
interest.
forward to this kind of like breaking away.
So Britt came down to a bit to save at the end here because there's a beatdown, and obviously it was just a way to get all four of the women in the ring at once, wasn't it? To sort of promote that match.
Britt and Saraya brawled around the ringside, didn't they?
Yeah.
It was fine. As I say, it was just a bit.
Right, should we go to
just a little bit.
Should we go to Angry Phil's throwback hour?
Whoa, you
Punk Dust.
You take that back. I didn't say this was a shit show to you before, Tasty.
I liked it. So he started out
I thought it was fine.
Samoa Joe about to take on the Golden Vampire. The Golden Vampire jumps JoJo in his entrance. Took it to Joe, like really, like this was meant to be a jobber match. Like he actually started like, getting some offense, and the bell didn't ring, and then he hit him with a really bad go to sleep.
Yeah,
it was so bad.
I mean, to be fair, Joe's a big lad, so you know.
Even Tommy said on the stream, like he was like, that was awful.
But yeah,
that's how you know it was CM Punk.
It was Punk ripped off his mask afterwards, laid Joe out and said, "I accept, bitch." So that's it. It's on for All In. Punk v Joe. That'll be fun to watch.
It will.
I mean, again, it's a match I never thought I'd get to see in person.
Yeah.
When I really kind of got into indie wrestling, like one of the things that got me into it was Punk versus Joe.
And you know, Joe is right. Like this feud deserves to finish on a better stage, on a bigger stage, 80,000 people, not from a roll up. You know. All right, it's going to end with it's going to end with another shit GTS, but you know, we got.
I was going to say it's just a shame that they announced it was for the Real World Championship, which means that
Punk ain't losing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Then we get into the Bullet Club Gold part of the show, which is my favorite part of the show.
The best shot, the best.
We get the Silly Goose Power Hour. You mean?
We get two matches that were definitely just written for me, basically. So first of all, we get Jay White versus Dalton Castle. Dalton Castle continues to be
so good.
The biggest. Dalton Castle's just a walking bag of money. Like his entrance is just pure gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was saying to Jay before, my favorite thing I saw all week and possibly all year was just a demented Juice Robinson chasing the boys around the ring.
And you could just hear him shouting off camera half the time through the match as well, which was like brilliant.
Yeah. I need a feud based on Wile E. Coyote chasing the Roadrunner, but just Juice chasing the boys around. That's all I need.
That or like Dick Dastardly, like stop the pigeon.
Well, like have the boys run down a tunnel and then like
I want Juice to paint a tunnel on the door and just run into a wall.
Oh, that'd be so good. That's the next cinematic match that we want.
One of the boys like just standing on like a cliff edge and moving out the way as Juice runs off and just like falls into like a little pile of dust.
And then his eyes like fall a bit later.
Yeah. And his beard, his eyes and his beard.
Yeah. So after the match, so Jay White won. But after the match, they cut really good promo on like the Elite and Kenny.
This match was really long though, wasn't it?
Yeah, 12 minutes. Yeah,
it was so good.
But it's only 12. It felt way longer. Not a bad way, even a good way.
But yeah, afterwards there's some really good promos from Bullet Club about the Elite and how like they stepped up when Kenny left and they filled the void.
And he was sick of hearing that like the Elite was like the peak of Bullet Club as well.
Yeah,
because it wasn't the Bang Bang Gang, guns up.
And then basically they're going to fight the Elite next week, aren't they?
Yeah.
So basically, the Gun Club and Juice are going to fight the Elite next week. So they said they want a match now to warm up. And who came
Can
out?
we have Hangman and Jay like before that then? Because I'd be okay with that.
I can't wait for Juice to just be screaming at Kenny Omega and Kenny looking unsettled by it.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
But who came out to answer the challenge? But the Iron Savages.
So Tasty, you've not seen the Iron Savages actual like do much of a wrestle, have you? Because you don't really.
I've seen them on BTA, but I've not seen them do a lot of wrestling. No, I saw Bear Country obviously, but since they've teamed up with Jack Jameson,
who can go?
He can.
Jack Jameson can really go.
He had a match on Dark, against Bear Country, against the Iron Savages, like last year in December last year.
Oh really?
When they were with that JT fella, and then off the back of that, they must have just got him to be the new manager, and now he
looks like if like Gringo Loco was like a gym bro.
Yeah.
Jay White on commentary is what I know.
Gym bro Loco.
Yeah, White on commentary was great. With Switch with Cardblade as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love McGuinness just like causing mischief.
Well, my favorite Nigel McGuinness moment was about sort of 90 seconds into this match when Bronson beats up Austin, I think it was, and then screams into the camera, "Call me ass boy, because I'm gonna," and then pretends to motorboat someone's ass. And Nigel McGuinness just doesn't know what to do.
They're like, he's like, "I'm not gonna say that." It's so funny.
Kevin Kelly, no, he said it. You don't know. It's like, this was incredible. I love the Iron Savages. They're great on BTA. They're just massive cocaine energy.
Yeah.
And Bronson drinks Savage Sauce like he's Kenny Omega, which is hilarious.
But the thing is, it did not work this week at all.
No,
sorry, I've just completely off topic remembered something. But when we were watching the footy, did you notice Almiron drank his drink like Omega?
Yes, I did.
Oh my god!
It's a trend. It's a thing.
It's a new It's a cool technique.
But yeah, it's just really fun. Obviously the Iron Savages never going to win, but it was nice to see them. Boulder got to like throw the ass boys around a bit, which was hilarious.
And Jay's panic when they weren't like kicking out and stuff. Like
Jay White's just having like an absolute panic attack.
I love when Juice hit a V trigger, and then went over to where I was like, "Jay, did you see my V trigger?"
Yeah,
like a proud parent.
It was a really good V trigger, to be fair.
Yeah.
So after that,
he was wearing like skinny jeans as well.
After that, it was like you say, it was that House of Black promo, which ended up with them putting Billy Gunn's boots in like a trash compactor, which seemed a bit excessive.
Yeah,
it's a funeral. It's fine.
So Tasty, remember a couple of months ago when you were pitching this feud to us, and you said you want like them to basically call out the Acclaimed for like the way they kind of rap about people and like what they do.
Yeah.
And then this whole thing, you said, "Here lies Billy Gunn, a man of nothing but a father of immorality and lies.
Yeah,
rest in pain." Basically, he's doing what you fucking pitched.
The whole thing they got to do is point out that Max Caster is basically a bully who makes fun of people. Ask him why he's doing that, because that's what Malachi's all about, like making people see their own flaws, isn't he, and stuff like that. So.
It's like holding up that mirror, isn't it, that everyone's too scared to look into.
I really want to meet the House of Black in London next week. Like,
just get black masked by Malachi.
I want Brody King to like and Buddy to hold me while Malachi does a black sick on me, and then I join the House of Black.
That's the dream, really. Isn't it?
Speaking of people getting joined in blackness,
oh my god, I was so excited for this.
LFI. So Roosh basically tells Jose to bring Twistico and Preston Vance to Mexico.
Well, I love the fact that first of all, like Jose's like, "Oh yeah, the boss has made me like film this."
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be Andrade.
Nah, I knew it was going to be Roosh.
Andrade doesn't exist anymore. Roosh is back now. It's fine.
Andrade was always Roosh's number 2, as he should be. You just hear Roosh like screaming at Jose down the phone.
Yeah.
And then it like he mentions, doesn't he, like Jack Perry and Hook basically embarrassing LFI in that match.
Yeah.
And he's like, they've not even wrestled since. Yeah, and then they go to Mexico and get really shit-faced. Then get abducted.
Yep.
Well, Jose just stood there on his phone, like, having a conversation. He didn't even fucking acknowledge it had happened.
Like it was supposed, like, yeah, it's all going to plan, it's fine. And then it said to be
What happened
continued.
in Mexico? Don't worry about it.
So, yeah, this is Bruce,
but
like getting some attitude back into LFI, isn't it? So
Jose was basically putting a hit on Nick Houseman for falsely reporting that stuff about LFI at the weekend. Yeah, I can't wait for Roosh to come back. I just can't wait. You see how fucking jacked he is as well now.
yeah, he looks like a fucking murderer.
Looks like he's been living in the gym.
Next up, then Ricky Starks is managing Big Bill.
Oh, my guy.
It's just I'm excited to see where this goes. I like Big Bill. He's doing good work.
Yeah, interestingly, Starks' suspension is up the Collision before All Out.
Yeah, it's 4 weeks, so it's 28 days. He's already served 2, so he's got 2 more weeks to go.
So yeah, the Collision before All Out.
Yeah. Big Bill squashes Darren Neal. Yep, fine. And then Ricky Starks comes in and whips him with his belt.
The promo though before this was so good.
Yeah, Ricky's insanely good. The promos. I'm glad Ricky's a heel again because I think it's one of those things. Like, he's a better as a heel when he's talking, but I feel like they really dropped the ball with him because they had lightning in a bottle with him when he was that over at one point.
They should have had Punk go heel, really. Like
I think him getting into the Punk verse is what fucked him up, to be honest with you. Like,
yeah,
he was white hot when he beat Jericho. Like, they could have put him like straight back into a title feud with MJF if they really wanted to
100%.
when he beat Jericho. And what they tend to do with Ricky Starks, which is what it's kind of leading into with this character, like with the heel turn now, is that they always drop the ball with Ricky Starks. And yeah, I think be intriguing to see what kind of a year he has next year, because I feel like this is the start of them kind of building him up to be a main event guy.
Yeah. Obviously we talked about the Derby Sting thing, so you can skip that. Next up, Willow Nightingale versus Diamante was really fun. 11-minute match.
I
really
love Diamante.
Yeah, this was a really fun match. Willow
pounced. Been putting in the work recently.
Willow pounced there on the outside. That pounce, that was, oh my god, that was a
yeah.
Mercedes was getting involved and like sort of fucking around, and then Statlander came down and ended that pretty much.
I wouldn't be against them doing another 4-way at I feel like they're going to hold this off till All Out, but I wouldn't be against them doing another one at All In. I really want to see Willow at All In. I think if Clap's music hits, I will lose my shit and then start rapping like Ian Riccaboni and Aaron's ear until he like tries to hit me.
But yeah, Willow won. It was a really fun match. Next up, Lexi Nair was interviewing Tony Storm, which was excellent. Tony Storm's just smashing this.
Like god. Like those Hollywood starlets, doesn't she? Like in like a
she's like got big like fucking Marilyn Monroe, like, or like not even Marilyn Monroe, like or like Zsa Zsa Gabor, like big fucking. I wouldn't be surprised, right, if RJ City was involved in this. Yeah, because we know he's been involved. We know he's been involved in like the QTV stuff. So he's obviously doing a little bit of creative. I wouldn't be surprised if this has got RJ City's like fingerprints on it. Because
looks like Madonna.
Like, yeah, and she's acting like some like almost like she like lost a rich husband in a boating accident or something.
What? No, I haven't seen him for weeks.
Yeah,
like
I can't believe I lost my husband in a boating accident. How could they possibly have cut the fuel line?
How could they let him have a full night's sleep? And it's just like
when she was referring to Lexi as that new girl.
Yeah, and Lexi's just like
the old girl is so rude to me.
Yeah. Do something about that face as well. And then she threw something at Lexi when she walked off.
She throws a shoe at her all the time.
Yeah.
I love that Nigel genuinely burst out laughing when she did that. After this we got Powerhouse Hobbs and good old Kevin Koo from Violence is Forever. I popped for a little bit for this. Shame he got murdered. But,
he
got a really good reception though.
Yeah, but he got annihilated.
Yeah.
And afterwards, Hobbs locks him in the game over as well, which is spicy.
Nice little, yeah.
And then we got that cool little Miro promo.
Oh, there's so many good bits in this. So he basically said he's going to piss on Hobbs' cold dead body.
Yeah, he did say we've both been misled by books as well.
Yeah. And then he said, the difference is I don't have a god, but you do because you pray to me.
Yeah. I am godless, but I know you are not because you pray to me now. Miro's gonna fucking crime Hobbs, isn't he?
Yeah,
he is. Yeah.
Like that's actually the first match announced for All Out, which is probably a good thing because if I saw that match live, second. Sorry, if I saw that match live, I think I'd cease to exist. I just turn to pure energy and evaporate.
Yeah. And then we got the main event, which was Darby Allin and Christian Cage, which was a very fun match.
20-minute main event. This was a pay-per-view quality match. This was so good.
It was so good.
Christian's awesome. Like, I know he kind of isn't quite as good as he was.
Cage.
But he can still fucking go.
Yeah. He can.
That bit towards the end where Christian hit, it was two moves. I forgot what the first one, but the second one was a spear.
Yeah. And
Darby sold them both absolutely perfectly.
I'd quite like these two to have a rematch somewhere down the line because they had really good chemistry together.
Like Darby's possibly the best seller in all of wrestling right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. No argument from me.
Because he looks like he's getting fucking murdered every time he takes a move, and then he just gets back up, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah. I like. There was a lot of stuff with this I liked where, like, obviously Luchasaurus was getting involved. The ref eventually caught him and ejected him, but also it kept going backstage to Swerve and AR Fox watching and just laughing at like Darby getting murdered. I liked it. They've done a very good job of, obviously, Darby's always going to take everything head on, and he's got so much peril surrounding him. That was how he lost both of his TNT title runs, wasn't it? He just couldn't back down. Yeah,
he wouldn't say no to anyone, and that's what got him in trouble. Shout out as well to the bit where Darby went for the coffin drop onto the apron, and
Paul Christian
and Darby just crashed and burned on the apron, which was fucking horrible.
And Kevin Kelly sounded like he was going to do an actual sick. Also, big shout out to the chemistry between JR and Nigel. You can tell JR really likes Nigel.
I was going to say, obviously, this was the first collision without Riccaboni for a few weeks now because Kevin Kelly's back, and it did. I think it kind of suffered a bit. I still think him and Nigel need to build chemistry up. But when JR came in, the entire energy of the booth changed, and I thought it was so good.
Well, I think the thing is because Nigel and Kevin Kelly were together sparingly in Ring of Honor. JR and Kevin Kelly worked together sort of sparingly in WWE, but they did work together.
Didn't they do New Japan together as well for a bit?
Yeah.
I thought it was JR and Josh Barnett.
I can't remember. I legitimately can't remember. Anyway, it's weird though, isn't it? Because I don't think JR works alongside Excalibur and Taz because they talk too quickly and they're too high energy. And JR, because he's in his fucking 70s now, he's a little beat behind, isn't he? But when you've got a much more relaxed booth like Nigel and Kevin, he's got a lot more room to put his opinions in.
Yeah, I think that's why Riccaboni worked so well with them. That's that team as well, because he's he'll make a statement, but they won't be moving on to the next thing straight away. They'll let it breathe a little bit. Whereas you can see with Shivani as well, with Taz and Excalibur, he kind of gets lost every now and again because
he sort of can't keep up because Taz and Excalibur have got such good chemistry because they've done so much work together. Now,
yeah.
And Shivani's kind of the odd man out there. So is JR when he's there. He just can't keep up with them. But like I say, he's just got so much more space to put his opinions in.
I really, really, really hope that the commentary team they use for All In is Riccaboni and Excalibur. And Don, fuck it. Riccaboni, Excalibur, Don Callis.
Go with the first All In.
Do the OG3 from All In.
Oh, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It would be awesome. I'd love it.
Sad Taz
Even
matches.
if and fuck it, get Dalton Castle to fucking commentate on the pre-show like he did in all the original All In because he was injured.
Calling MJF a silly goose.
Oh, he is a silly goose, though, isn't he?
Get Dalton and RJ on the pre-show commentary.
Oh, yes.
Just have Dalton join the
WrestleLance.
The WrestleLance for one night only.
That'd be good.
I mean, Dalton's basically like the third WrestleLance, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Yeah. Right, should we run down a bit of news then before we head to the rest of the week and go home?
Yes.
Do you want some breaking news that happened while we were recording?
Was it the thing which I think I was about to read out?
Possibly, yeah. So that's reported by Fightful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is I don't know if you've seen this, Faye. Prepare to be excited. Big rumors that AEW are heavily looking into Mariah May.
Yeah.
Oh, my perfect wrestle Barbie. I love her.
Yeah, well, she just had that like banger match with Julie, didn't she? Which everyone's going mad about. She's closed down her big cartel store, which is indicating she might be on the move somewhere.
Yeah, they've said at the end, we've not confirmed that May has signed with AEW, but there is certainly traction to her going there. So maybe she's all in.
I mean, she is from the UK, isn't she? That'd be a lovely place for her to
She
do.
is from the UK. Isn't she from down south as well?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Does that mean if Mariah May debuts, then we're one step closer to Hannah Taylor in AEW?
Yes, please.
Oh wow, yes, please.
I feel like it would be great if they did just to get the talent on there, do like 2 battle royals, and it'd be cool if like she like debuted in that.
Yeah. And that's all the AEW news for this week.
Yeah.
Nothing else happened.
Nothing else happened. I mean, it didn't happen this week. It happened at the end of July.
It happened a while ago. To be fair, yeah.
You want to fucking be serious about it? Yeah.
But yeah, on Friday morning, Cash Wheeler was arrested. Well, he turned himself in, didn't he?
Yeah.
He turned himself in on an outstanding warrant for 1 count of aggravated assault with a firearm. He was charged. He was released on a $2,500 bond. He was ordered to surrender all weapons to the police. But crucially, he was not asked to surrender his passport, and he was not banned from traveling.
But the thing is, right, if you've got like a pendant, like everyone's like, oh, well, you know, he doesn't have to do this, he doesn't have to do that. But what are UK's restrict? You know what I mean? Like, it's very well.
Well, he's not. He's got no convictions at the moment, so he's not.
Yeah.
Nothing to show on his record when he tries to enter the UK.
Yeah, Dave said he's allowed to travel. Them being like the US authorities.
Because anyone can get arrested and charged for anything. Like, you don't need to have done it to get charged. Like, I could press charges against Jay tomorrow and say he tried to shoot me, and he'd get arrested.
And you'd be right. No.
So
what really annoys me though is like the shit that's been on Twitter where they're like, oh, you know, he's got rights to protect himself, and it's like, fuck's sake, no one should have guns. Like, stop.
So yeah, the charge is basically there was a road rage incident apparently, and Wheeler it said he showed a firearm. So it's not that could mean anything from he opened his jacket to show that he had a gun on him,
and I pull out my gun,
or he went full on Anderson and when Blake pointed it at someone. So what it means is he didn't fire it. He didn't actually shoot anything. But yeah. It's anything from like he showed it to he pulled it out and started waving it around, and we don't know. No, we won't know. There's no way for us to know.
Yeah, he pulled out.
I heard a steal is what he had, and he just shows a steal, and then like everyone was like, "Oh."
So a little follow up from everyone's favorite Nick Houseman. So you know, he's not. This isn't him talking about Rouge, so this could actually be real. Basically, he's sort of from what he's heard. Apparently, nobody in AW knew anything about this until it happened.
What was he not in a comedy troupe with Colt Cabana?
He said basically they were given an impression by one source that Tony didn't know, but they've not been able to confirm anything.
That's not good, is it? If he's not like told Tony though.
Well, I mean, it's different crime, but
No, he doesn't.
different situation. But Enzo was sacked by WWE for not telling them he was under investigation.
I was gonna say he doesn't have to tell him unless he's like
charged,
being charged,
which he was charged on the Friday when everyone found out.
which is when he told him.
Yeah. So
Hey guys, got something to tell you. Remember how
Yeah.
we all joke about things going wrong near pay-per-views?
Last week when I said, "Oh, wouldn't it be awful if everyone was in the same building together before?" And they are this Wednesday. Well,
it's mad how Dax is the one who talks about wanting to be a throwback wrestler, and then like Cash is the one who actually gets arrested in Florida.
the way they were talking about wanting to get Bret Hart to manage them. Do you reckon they'll have the Undertaker like queuing up to manage them now because he loves guns in the locker room?
Dax coming out at all in with a piss soak knife.
Fucking slaps Kenny Omega.
Piss soak night and the fucking belt holding.
Oh.
So yeah, any other AEW news? I've got one here. Sorry, just read down through this. Oh, apparently, Britt Baker's banged
Dealing
up.
with injuries.
Yeah. Well, we've known this for a while. She's had a back problem for ages, hasn't she? So apparently that's still a thing.
Yeah.
Going into All In.
Which
makes sense because it makes sense because putting her in a four-way is probably the safest way to get her on the card if she's not 100%.
Yeah, one old thing we do need to talk about is that it is now officially the highest ticketed event of all time in wrestling.
Whoa, hang on! Now you AW Mark. Now
Paid ticketed.
Hey, I'll have you know that WrestleMania 40 just sold 90,000 tickets in one day. That's much more.
That's for 2 nights.
It's the same event. It doesn't matter. WWE is better.
That's for 2 nights. I thought you were going to say about Collision in Korea. At least I couldn't have fucking argued that. Yeah. Also, Lacey Evans has left WWE to open a cafe with their family, which not the way I saw that one going, but okay.
I mean, she's the type of person who could just make millions on just selling OnlyFans to like right-wing gun nuts, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she did see she was going to do that as well, to be fair. Also, in something that I didn't see happening, but I'm kind of happy it is. Chris Danger from DPW. He's a YouTuber, Chris Denker, but his wrestling name is Chris Danger. He was a manager, but he's been getting trained by Tyler Breeze and Sean Spears. He called out Adam Cole to a match in DPW. Notably, like Adam Cole also helped train him, as did Woods. He's very good friends with the party.
He's just at the party, like son, by the sound of it.
It literally, like before the party was a thing, it was like Chris Denker and Xavier Woods who were doing stuff on YouTube.
Right, okay.
But he's also friends with like all the party guys now. And Adam Cole was like helped train him. So it was natural that he was going to be wrestling him at some point. And it got made official, which is really cool. I'm really happy for both of those men. Yeah, as you were saying, Tasty, before, WrestleMania has broken the all-time gate for a wrestling show, or for a WWE show, I should say. And that was that they've sold 90,000 tickets over a 2-day event.
Imagine seeing that, and like your first thought isn't, oh wow, wrestling's in a really good place. It's, oh my god, I've got to go and shout at the people who like the other company about this.
Ha, they sold more. Idiots. Yeah, I know, right? It's I hate that echo chamber of wrestling. But there we are. Is there anything else?
Yeah, I've got a little bit. Zelina Vega and Dakota Kai started the new podcast.
Oh, nice.
What's it called?
It's called the Zelvix and Charlie Girl podcast.
That makes sense. I would definitely listen to that.
They describe it as Cyberpunk meets Kawaii in this gamer podcast.
Oh, yes.
I don't know what any of that means.
This feels like it's being weaponized to specifically trap Faye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what any of that means. I'm
I'm
good
too
far
thing
old.
too
I
I'm too
old.
old
To
for most
fucking-
of those words, but hey, whatever.
yeah. In some New Japan news, Hiromu Takahashi is well. He called out Darby Allin to defend his IWGP Junior Heavyweight title on AEW TV. He also then got called out by Leo Rush and agreed to a match with him at some point for the same title. And then Speedball Mike Bailey won a tournament where the prize looks like a giant tooth.
Yeah, I mean,
And
why not?
and he is now going to face Hiromu at some point for the same title.
I would
So
say where the winner just gets one of the other person's teeth. Why
so
not?
potentially
They can
Faye,
take, they can take whichever one they want.
you might be getting Speedball versus Hiromu too at Wrestle Kingdom.
That's going to be fucking insane.
Also, interestingly, Tony Khan said it would have cost millions more to produce All In at Craven Cottage than it would have Wembley.
Yeah,
Probably because Craven Cottage is like a wooden shack of a stadium,
I mean,
and they would have had to, like
the person who we really need to ask about this is Jay's brother-in-law Gareth, who's an actual rigger, who'd be able to tell us exactly how it's easier to rig a show in Wembley than it is to rig it in Craven Cottage.
Yeah, I can't be asked going down that fucking rabbit hole.
But I imagine a lot of it's to do with like how hard it'd be to like physically load the show in. Like Wembley will have like lifts and like access to the pitch and stuff because Wembley's been built to be a multi-purpose venue, whereas I imagine Craven Cottage is like 100 years old and is designed to just have football on. Plus, it's the middle of the football season, and you wouldn't be able to. You'd have to like do things. You wouldn't be able to put stuff on the pitch in Craven Cottage because they have to play football matches there. Whereas Wembley doesn't get used until the end of the season, typically, does it? So.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've got another thing as well. So Britt Baker. So we talked about Britt Baker being on Rampage. She actually arrived there minutes before. Oh no! So this is the next show. So they were taping Rampage this weekend for next week because they have to tape everything well in advance now because presumably everyone's flying to London after like Dynamite this week, so they have to tape all the weekend stuff like really early. And Britt Baker was actually in Birmingham, Alabama at Culture City's Culture Ball with Adam Cole. Cole was given the Human Highlight Award for Person of the Year for his comeback to wrestling, which is pretty awesome.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, there's pictures of him looking like dead happy and all sorts. It's great. And then Britt had to take a private flight back to, where were they? Lexington, Kentucky. So not terribly far, but still like an hour's flight probably.
Yeah.
Far enough.
She literally made it to the show like minutes before she was meant to be in the ring. So
fair enough. Good for her.
It's fine.
Good.
And the match is going to feature Britt team. So this is the last. Again, Faye, I'm sorry. This is the last match for to hype the women's match. It's Baker and Shida versus Saraya and Toni Storm.
It's a lot.
I hope you like those 4 women because you're going to see a lot of them.
What did I fucking say?
I do really love Shida, but like, yeah, I do get what you're saying.
Listen, you marks. You all said you wanted Shida back. Now you've got it, so shut up.
How dare you? Is there anything else we need to not that we need to we've got stuff we need to plug, but is there any news before we
Powerful might be coming back.
Powerful might come back, or they might not. They might be back, but they might not like each other anymore. So Santana's clear to wrestle. Santana's clear to come back to the ring, but rumors are that him and Ortiz still on speaking terms. So we'll see where that all ends up. The Rock's daughter made her singles debut at a house show.
Ooh.
So yeah, that's fun.
Against Ivy Nile, it was, wasn't it?
Already wrestled.
Yeah, but only in.
She has already wrestled, but
only in like tags and stuff.
Tags, which in WWE is basically a fucking singles.
Oh, I've got something interesting. I only found out about this today. There's going to be a docu-series on Netflix called Wrestlers, all about OVW. About OVW, yeah. It's debuting. OVW is Ohio Valley Wrestling. It was a former WWE feeder territory. Then it was
it's Impact, isn't it?
Now it's Impact. It's owned by Al Snow as of 2018. After he bought it from Danny Davis. And yeah, it's going to be on Netflix starting Wednesday, September 13th. And it looks, I saw a trailer, it looks really good. It looks a bit more I mean, it looks still a little bit staged, but it looks a bit more real than the AEW one, which was effectively like, a drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one that's on Apple TV. It's actually out now. Following the Monster Factory, which is a wrestling school in, I want to say New York. I could be wrong.
Oh, cool.
Maybe Atlanta. It's not got many big names on, but it does have Gabby Ortiz, who she's been on GCW and AEW.
Yeah.
That's meant to be quite good. I've heard good things about that. Haven't watched it. Because time is a novel concept where I can never.
Time is a flat circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's going to do it for news. Before we move on to the rest of the week to finish us off, we are going to be doing a further podcast this week. We're doing two. So, Jay, you're going to do one with Aaron, previewing Rev Pro and doing some predictions.
Yeah, me and Aaron are. So, obviously, it's all in week. We're all going to be in London.
We're all in, baby.
We're all in, baby. Me and Faye are going to be there from Friday. So, send us a tweet or something
if anyone happens to be getting the 5:30 coach from Liverpool to London for any reason, come and say hi. We'll play Vampire Survivors. It'll be a good time.
I meant on the podcast right now, Faye. Sorry. Look, Nat's not here. But yeah, if you want to come say hello to us, find out where we are, get us a beer, whatever, give us a shout on Twitter.
Jay will get you a beer because he loves you.
Jay might get you a beer if he's drunk enough. Or if you get him a beer first.
Are we going to be doing like some sort of vlog and then like trade it all together? Is that like
we're going to be doing a vlog. Me and Troy are heading down together on the Friday. I'm meeting up with him on Friday morning in Coventry. Lucky me. I'm then meeting up with Faye. I'm right. Tell me if I miss anyone else here, Faye. Faye, Sarah, Tom, Nat, Hitler Pete, Matthew.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that everyone? Yeah. Boom. Yeah. So we'll all be around on Friday. Myself, Aaron, Courtney, and Sarah are going to the Rev Pro show on Saturday evening. So if you go into that again,
Nat and Sarah will be at FanFest on Saturday.
Yeah. The important thing to note from this as well is I've just got a fucking delivery of stickers, so I'm gonna have a ton of them to give out.
Yes.
Nice.
So if you like us and you want a free sticker, that's the more important thing. Don't worry about me getting you a beer. I'll give you a free sticker.
I'm gonna put some in the Black Heart on Sunday or Monday.
Don't you worry about that. We're going to Black Heart at some point. I'm doing that.
And then we're gonna go to Lost Boys Pizza.
I was going to say, we'll go after we go to
There's a Lost Boys pizza bar.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. We're going like when you're going to be on the train, I think.
Oh.
We'll try and fit it in.
Try and fit in. I genuinely don't know what time it opens though, so I don't want to give you hope.
I need to double check that.
I got super excited then.
Yeah, on the Sunday, we'll be knocking around Wembley. We're probably going to try and do some kind of meet-up to give out some stickers, get a photo.
There's just loads of us as well who are all like sitting in different parts of the stadium. So we all want to meet up. So if anyone else wants to join in, then that's absolutely fine. Please do come.
And a lot of friends of the podcast. We've got the Damn It Vince guys going down.
Sweet Chinwag guys.
Chinwag are going to be there.
So we'll try and get everyone together, and then we'll have a little.
Some others we know.
Even if it's just like in the car park in Wembley, we'll just try and like get everyone together for a picture or something.
Yeah. And yeah. So anyway, that got me a little bit sidetracked there. From the initial plug. On Wednesday this week, I'm going to try and get it out in the night. Myself and Aaron are going to be doing predictions for the Rev Pro show and a little preview for that. It looks to be like it might be one of the shows of the year. With that card, it's obscenely good.
And then on Thursday, we don't know quite who's going to be on it, but we're going to get some of us together. It'll probably be me and James at a minimum, and we'll try and get Faye down. And
Troy and Aaron.
I'm going to be
Aaron's definitely on it. Troy said he's probably going to be on it.
So we're going to do some all-in predictions and run down the card as well. Because hopefully by Dynamite, it'll all be set in stone, and we'll know exactly what's happening.
Well, we should know everything because obviously
everything else will be taped, won't it? So.
Collision and Rampage will have been taped as well at the same time, so we should know everything for Thursday morning, which is why we're doing it Thursday.
And then obviously next week we'll have the vlog up. Me and Faye are going to the Natural History Museum. We need to talk about when we're going to book that, Faye.
Yes.
I want to go and see all the Freddie Mercury shit that's in Sotheby's because that looks really cool.
I didn't realise that was a thing. Where's that?
When you go in the museum?
Monday.
I'll probably come with you.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
They've got a big dinosaur. It's going to be great. Matthew's going to lose his shit.
Yeah,
it's going to be great.
I like dinosaurs. Matthew's been telling me every chance he gets about this fucking dinosaur, so I feel like if I don't go, he'll probably have words with me.
And then it's going to inevitably end with me, you and Sarah J just sat in the Euston Tap for like 2 hours waiting for the train.
Oh, the Blackheart.
Yeah, because our train's like 6.
Ours is like 8. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. If we all head towards Euston together, we can just leave you at the Tap.
Well, the Lost Boys Pizzas in Camden, which is like 2 stops from Euston on the tube. So
nice.
So we can go there for
why I was saying Lost Boys, then Blackheart.
Yeah, right. So wrestler of the damn week, who've we got?
Yeah. Oh wait, there. Shit. No, I forgot to plug something else. Also, 2 Nations Under 10.
That's not a UWP product, mate. You can't talk about that here.
It has a UWP member on
we've
it.
We've got new WWE-esque external property rights, so you can
listen, mate. Yeah.
If you talk about it on the podcast, then we're allowed to take 50% of your earnings. So
that's fine. I don't earn anything on it. Jokes on you, dickhead. Yeah. Every Saturday, 3 p.m. 2 Nations Under 10.
Just like when the football kicks off.
That's the idea.
It's almost like it's a thing, isn't it?
It's almost like I was really smart about that. Myself,
if you're an Everton fan, it's much better listening to the matches currently. So
yeah.
Myself, Tom, the very talented Tom Clark, who has been from Tom Clark's main event, the 6M podcast.
He is a delightful human being. Like he
really
even if you don't give a shit about what he's talking about, he's got that lovely like Carolina accent. He's just so
delightful.
He's so nice. He's just so nice to listen to. Yeah.
He's great.
I'd listen to him read the phone book.
Joe from Damn It Vince as well.
He's got that Mancunian accent, so it kind of balances out.
Yeah. a lot of the thing is though, it balances out nicely, like almost like Ted Lasso. Because
but I love Joe, so it's all right.
Yeah, because Tom's American and me and Joe are 2 English dickheads who basically get sidetracked.
I see the balance.
And just to give a spoiler for what we did this week, we got sidetracked and spent about 15 minutes talking about Jonathan Creek, while Tom was really fucking confused because he didn't know what Jonathan Creek was.
Because Joe's not really a football guy, is he either? So
Joe's not a football guy. Tom's not a football guy. I'm the football guy. Tom is now getting into football. He watched the Liverpool game this week, and Newcastle and City, and he watched Newcastle and Villa last week.
I mean, that Newcastle City game was not good.
It was just upsetting, wasn't it?
Just nothing happened, like at all.
I started Ted Lasso the other day, and I've had to have Matthew watch it with me because he's the football guy and I'm not.
You don't need to be a football fan to like Ted Lasso.
No,
Matthew really enjoys
Sarah
it
likes
anyway.
it, and Sarah only watches the World Cup, like so, you know.
I only watch the World Cup too.
Yeah, you don't need to be a football fan to watch Ted Lasso. But yeah, it's really fun. I enjoy it. It means I'm not always talking about wrestling. Adding layers like an onion or an ogre.
Or a parfait.
Yes. But yeah, anyway, sorry, I was just getting me plug in there. Go listen to that if you can. And yeah, now rest of the week. Faye, do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Because
Jay White.
I feel like me and Big Tasty are gonna have the same one here.
Jay White is my wrestler of the week. He's been fantastic.
Don't worry about it.
So.
Not Cardblade, no.
No, not Cardblade, no.
Actual Jay White.
No imitations, as Nigel McGuinness would say.
I mean, to be fair, his match with
Bolton
Castle was excellent. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it was very enjoyable. Tasty.
Who could it be other than my man, Dirty Bulk Bronson?
Oh, really?
Yeah. The only man who motivated an ass on live TV.
Did you see what Jack Jameson's response to that was? That it's part of the fitness. It's part of the diet.
He was sipping that Savage sauce. He was having a great time.
Get down on big gay brunch immediately.
If you want to talk about people who maximize their minutes, then he absolutely did.
Yeah.
He said, the exact quote was, it's part of our meal plan.
Top macros.
Yeah, it says just another life for the savage. Nothing out the ordinary. It's part of our meal plan. It's Dirty Bull Bronson for a reason.
I love them. I love them so much. If I had time, I'd get an Iron Sandwich shirt and wear it all in, but it won't come in time. So
yeah.
It won't.
He also said that Savage Sauce is not FDA approved, but it is kosher and vegan.
Oh, good. So is Jizz vegan?
The Savage Sauce isn't part of the ass eating, I'd assume.
No.
That's just a different meal plan.
Is Jizz vegan?
Don't worry about it.
Wow, I'm not getting into this.
I mean, you've got to talk about. I mean, we're not going. This isn't a horny podcast. We're not going down that road.
You know what was? This isn't Tumblr, dickhead. Calm down. You know what my rest of the week is, and he was covered. No,
are you talking about the Leatherface champion?
I am talking about the one and only Leatherface champion, JEFF, JARRET. Ain't he great?
Statistically, the greatest Leatherface champion of all time.
It is. I mean, no argument from me, mate. That match literally made me download the game because it's on Game Pass.
It is on Game Pass.
I feel like we should do a stream of this at some point.
I watched the video and it was so upsetting.
Of the match or
no, of the game.
Upsetting how? Like bad or?
It's just very graphically violent.
Well, that sounds really good. Like, have you met me, Tasty? I love gratuitous violence
and gratuitous cocaine energy as well.
My favorite wrestler is Roosh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
all he does is violence. Yeah, Jeff Jarrett. I think this like weird career renaissance he's having in AEW might be one of my favorite things ever.
Isn't it weird that like Jeff Jarrett and Sting are having potentially the runs of their careers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't say that to a WWE fanboy though. Fuck me.
No, I much preferred Sting when he was getting like fucking medically retired by Seth Rollins. That was the best Sting, clearly.
You mean to tell me that you didn't think Sting coming into WWE just to make made look a dickhead by Triple H?
Just so Triple H could bury the NWO again.
You mean to tell me that time in the Attitude Era when Stone Cold refused to work with Jeff Jarrett, so he just stunned him and did the fucking Fargo strut and left, made him look like shit.
Yeah. Right, so yeah, let us know. Jay will put a poll on the Twitters. I'll put one on the spot on the podcast Spotify anchor thingy, maybe.
If you put that on the Twitter, Sweet Chinwag will vote Jeff Jarrett up to the moon.
That's true. Yeah. So will one of the co-owners of Progress, Lee McAteer, probably.
And so will so might all of Aaron's Russian bots.
Oh, that's a good point. Right, I'm gonna. So I don't forget this. I'm going to post it now.
So it's going to be Jeff Jarrett, Dirty Bull Bronson, Jay White, or
Juice Robinson.
I was going to say we had Juice Robinson, don't we?
He is the eternal wildcard.
And then Eddie Kingston is the forever champion.
If we ever forget, so last week because the pod didn't go up last week, it was Eddie Kingston. Congratulations to Eddie Kingston for winning last year.
Congratulations, Eddie.
It was Jeff Jarrett just by default.
No, it wasn't. No, that's not the rule.
That's not the rules, Jay. Right, on that note, we're going to call it quits.
Listen up, slapnuts. Jeff Jarrett did the art of the deal to generate $100,000 for the Maui support fund because he's a great human being.
He did do a lot of good, to be fair. Yeah, good.
He did a fucking great deal of good. He should always win.
Yeah. We're going to sign off, I think, because we've got more podcasts coming up later in the week, and then we're going to get our asses down to London to watch the biggest wrestling show of all time. We'll see you there, maybe. Who knows?
Again, if you're there, come say hello to us. We'll be tweeting where we are. We're gonna, as I say, we're gonna try and do some kind of.
It'll be like one of those weirdo Easter egg hunts companies do on Twitter, except there's no prize.
Yeah. I know me, Aaron, and Courtney are going to KSI's chicken place because Ryan had like an existential crisis about it.
Aaron gonna be off his face on Prime. It'll be great.
Oh.
But yeah, you have to look forward to that. Right, yeah, we'll see you all next week. Well, we'll see you later in the week for our preview shows. We'll see you next week, and we're going to talk all about what actually happened at All In. Well, I mean, what are we going to do next week? We've got to talk about All In, talk about All Out, and talk about Wrestle Island.
I feel like All In we're going to be doing a separate one for probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all well and good until no one offers to do it, though, isn't it? So, you know.
I'll do it.
Me too.
Right. We'll see you all next week. Enjoy your wrestling. If you're coming to All In, even if you don't catch up with us, enjoy All In. It's going to be a wild-ass ride.
And be careful.
Be careful in that bit of London. I hear there's crime down there. So, yeah. We'll see you all later. Take care. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello, yes, Danhausen here. Danhausen has been summoned. You must love this podcast housing, the Untitled Wrestling Podcast housing.